Camille, belle, la moustache et la capuchon. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki taka tiki. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Sito patanilo, mila taka tiki puletica. Camille, belle, la moustache et la capuchon.
What's going on? This is your man, John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today, I have to talk about it. This has to be one of the most boring games I've ever seen in my entire life. The game was so slow. All the big plays didn't come about until towards the end of the game. And to be quite honest, man, this is something I've said to people all the time. It's something about quarterbacks who wear the number 8 in Washington that to me, I always feel that the number 8 quarterback in Washington has always had bad juju about them. So, and I know a lot of people want to sit up there and say, you know, John, what are you talking about? Let's go down the list of number 8 quarterbacks. Since the Dan Snyder era, I give you that. Since the Dan Snyder era, Tim Hasselbeck in the game against Dallas threw a pick and lost the game. I think it was like 21-20 or something like that. Something so ridiculous. He wore the number 8. Mark Brunell, who did win us games early when he first started his career here, but in his second year, he started throwing all these picks and started losing us games and stuff like that, and losing very close games. That is insane. Then you're talking about Rex Grossman in a Philadelphia Eagles game that we needed through 6 interceptions in one game. Then you're talking about, what was it? Kirk Cousins, again, number 8. Number 8, last couple seconds in the game, would throw a pick or would throw a pick at the wrong point in the game. Then you had, I think it was Josh Johnson. He wore number 8. And he sat up there and lost us a game at the last minute that he could have won. Now all of a sudden you're talking about Kyle Allen, another number 8. And it was so funny because I was talking to my son and he said, "Oh, Dad, y'all look like y'all about to win this game." And I said, "No, we're not, because Kyle Allen wears the number 8. That's exactly what I told my son. He wears the number 8. And anybody who's worn the number 8 in Washington as a quarterback has always lost us close games or have been the reason why we've lost games. But neither here nor there. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I just had to get that off my chest about the number 8 and the quarterbacks who worn them. But on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start out with the good. The defense didn't give up 30 points, thank God. Thank God the defense didn't give up 30 points. They did play well. They did play well enough to basically keep us in the game long enough to possibly win. But again, this loss wasn't on them. Kyle Allen threw an interception and then gave up a costly fumble. So that wasn't on the defense. The defense actually, even though they gave up a lot of pretty good plays and they were kind of shaky in the beginning, they did come on. But again, like I said, at least they played well enough to not lose us the game. But at the same time, they did play well enough to not be giving up 30 points a game. So the fact that they didn't give up 30 points, I have to give them credit for that. Good number 2. Kyle Allen was okay. But again, he cost us, he had the 2 plays. That was just what it was. Let me move into the bad. The bad was the turnovers. Let's be honest. Kyle Allen, he doesn't look bad in the offense. But even in the commentary, they talked about it as well. He wasn't throwing deep. But at the same time, him throwing deep, was that a response to the fact that we went down so early in the game? And it's a shame to sit up there and see that Scott Turner is not really calling plays like he should. Scott Turner, and this goes into the second part of the bag. Scott Turner, I don't know why it's a point of emphasis for Scott Turner to not understand why it's important to call game plays in situational situations. And what I mean by that is there was a lot out there to be had against the Giants because it's not like their secondary was just playing flat out amazing. They just didn't really attack the secondary. I mean, they attacked more like the linebackers and everything like that, but they didn't really attack the secondary like they could have. I normally do my game plan Tuesdays, but I didn't do one because I just wanted to see what they were going to say, how it was going to look, this offense and everything like that. But Scott Turner's game calling today was just bad. It really was bad because to me, it really didn't seem like he was really trying to get the most out of that team. Again, the offensive line didn't play that well, but it's so crazy because it seems like the offensive line played a little bit better with Dwayne Haskins in the game than they are currently right now with Kyle Allen in the game. Not only that, Kyle Allen is having the exact same issues Dwayne Haskins was having. I mean, if you looked at the game, there were points and times where Dwayne Haskins would do the exact same thing that Kyle Allen did. And the fact is kind of ironic that Ron Rivera is putting his trust in the quarterback that got him fired. That's kind of crazy. That is like really kind of crazy. So, I mean, like I said, again, Scott Turner's play calling bad. The turnovers, bad. Definitely bad. Definitely bad. But my ugly is something that I think we all feel at this point now. The ugly is, here is the Washington franchise again being the team that gives a no-win team their first win. And we've seen this constantly over year after year after year. Somehow, some way, in every year, every season, the Washington franchise has found a way to give a 0-win team their first win of the season. And it bothers me to no end. The fact that we're always that team. The fact that we're always the team that gives up that win. Like every time we face a team that has 0 wins, we find a way to give them their first. And at some point, it starts to get very grueling and very just disheartening, because there's no reason for us to lose so much to 0-win teams, especially ones that we could clearly beat. We was in this game the whole game. We was actually in this game the entirety of the game, and we still found a way to lose. Still find a way to lose, and it's so aggravating that it has to be that way. Another ugly, I'm going to say it. I know we all don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it because we want to give him time. But Ron Rivera's decision making it's been a disaster. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When we made that play on 4th and I can't remember, it was 4th and something, and Kyle Allen almost got sacked and they made the play, I sat up there and said, that right there, that aggression is going to hurt us at the end of the game. I said that very thing, and damn it if it didn't. Instead of kicking the field goal and going into overtime and hoping to win the coin toss and possibly give your offense a chance to win the game, you go for 2. The play breaks down, and you lose the game by 1. Now, some of y'all are going to sit up there and say, oh, well, I like the aggression and all this type of stuff. That's BS. That was a terrible play. That was a terrible call. It's only a couple seconds on the thing. I understand. Yeah, well, what if we did convert it? No, I knew we weren't going to convert it. I knew it because, again, when you take a gamble on 4th and, I think it was 4th and something, like 4th and 7 or something like that, and Kyle Allen happens to make the play after it was almost blown up, I knew this type of play would happen at the end of the game because he was too confident. He was too arrogant about the fact that he shouldn't have been doing that. Here we are. What are we? 1-5 now. Is the experiment over? Is it over? Can we put Dwayne Haskins back in the game? I mean, let him develop some more. Because at this point, you're talking about, we now got Dallas. Dallas is coming up. The benefit we got is that they don't have Dak Prescott. That's good for us because I swear to God, if Dak was in the game, especially after this man has been putting up 450-something yards a game passing, we might have a chance in this game, we might not. But after this game, can the Kyle Allen experiment be over? Because again, like I said, one, I had the thing about quarterbacks that wear the number 8. I just have that thing about them. I've never seen one that's been like, that hasn't screwed up a game at the end of it. I haven't seen one yet. But we'll definitely find out. Like I said again, it's a bad loss. It's not a bad loss. It's just one of those losses that you say, just get blown out. Just get blown out. Because when you lose a game that's that close on a quarterback mistake, that to me is the worst thing in the world. Especially when the defense did everything they could to not lose the game. I mean, the fact that they didn't give up 30 points in this game, now again, you can easily say that they didn't give up 30 because they didn't face a really good offense. But who's to say that? But the fact that they didn't give up 30 points is what matters the most. This season still drags along, people. Still drags along. And hopefully we see some type of something as we get towards the end. This has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.